Money and currency. Currency exchange. The process of converting one currency into another, often available at the port or ship. Exchange rate. The value of one currency in relation to another. Local currency. The official money used in the country or region visited. Credit card authorization. The process of allowing a credit card to be charged for purchases or services. Cash advance. Withdrawing cash from a credit card while on board or at a port. Duty-free shopping. Shopping for goods that are exempt from certain local taxes or duties, often available in port. ATM. A machine where passengers can withdraw local currency, usually for a fee. Tipping. Giving additional money to staff for services rendered, often on top of the regular charge. Prepaid card. A card loaded with a specific amount of money, used like a debit card. Onboard account. A system used to charge purchases made on board to your cabin number, settled at the end of the cruise.
Flight and transportation planning. This section is included for those who may need to fly to reach the cruise port. Connecting flight. A second or third flight needed to reach the final destination. Checked baggage allowance. The weight and size limit for luggage you can check in without extra charges. Airline check-in. The process of registering for your flight, either online or at the airport. Port transportation. Shuttle or vehicle that takes passengers from the airport to the cruise port. Shuttle. Bus or van that transports groups to and from the port or airport. Layover. The waiting time between connecting flights. Flight cancellation. A flight that is suspended, often with options for refunds or rescheduling. Flight delay. A flight that departs later than its scheduled time. International airport. A major airport that handles flights between different countries. Early arrival day. Arriving one day before a trip to avoid travel delays.
Boarding and disembarkation. Embarkation. The process of boarding the cruise ship. Muster drill. A mandatory emergency safety drill for passengers. Gangway. A bridge or walkway used to board and disembark the ship. Priority boarding. Early access to board the cruise ship. Shore excursion. Organized activities at port destinations. Early disembarkation. Leaving the ship earlier than the standard disembarkation time. Luggage tag. A label used to identify your luggage for the cruise. Cruise terminal. The location where passengers check in before boarding the ship. Last call. The final announcement before the ship departs the port. Boarding pass. A boarding pass confirms your cruise booking and grants you access to the ship.
Travel documents and health requirements. Passport. An official document for international travel. Visa. A permit required to enter certain countries. Sea-Pass card. A card used as a cabin key and payment method on board. Travel insurance. Coverage for emergencies during the trip. Cancellation policy. Conditions for canceling the trip and possible refunds. Online check-in. Registering online before arriving at the cruise terminal. Vaccination certificate. Proof of required vaccinations. Medical documentation. Information on any existing health conditions. Additional ID. Extra identification, such as a driver's license. Shore excursion confirmation. Proof of booking for port activities.
Cruise ship terminology and ship features. Bow. The front of the cruise ship. Stern. The back of the cruise ship. Deck. A level or floor of the cruise ship. Funnel. The large chimney or exhaust stack on the ship. Galley. The ship's kitchen where food is prepared. Promenade deck. An outdoor deck with walking space, often around the ship. Atrium. A large open area inside the ship, often with a grand staircase or central gathering space.
Cruise ship safety and regulations.
Muster drill. Life jacket. A personal flotation device worn in case of emergency. Emergency evacuation plan. The procedures passengers should follow in the event of an emergency. Safety zone. A designated area on the ship for passengers to gather in case of emergency. Ship's horn. The sound emitted by the ship, often used for signaling during emergencies. Restricted area. Parts of the ship that passengers are not permitted to enter for safety or security reasons. Security checkpoint. A location where passengers are screened for prohibited items before boarding or disembarking. No smoking zones. Areas on the ship where smoking is prohibited for safety and comfort. Alcohol policy. The rules regarding the consumption and purchase of alcohol on board. Disembarkation procedures. The process of safely leaving the cruise ship at the end of the journey or when arriving at ports.
Shore excursions and ports of call. Excursion. An organized trip or activity offered at port destinations. Guided tour. A tour led by a local expert or guide, providing information about the destination. Port of call. a destination where the cruise ship stops to allow passengers to disembark. Beach day. An excursion involving time spent relaxing or engaging in water activities on a beach. Ziplining. Snorkeling. Cultural experience. An excursion that focuses on learning about the local culture, traditions, and history. Scenic drive. A guided tour by bus or vehicle showcasing the natural beauty of a destination. Shopping excursion. A trip to local markets or stores where passengers can buy goods and souvenirs.
Dining and onboard services. Buffet. Self-service dining option on board. Formal dinner. An elegant dining experience with a dress code. Dinner seating times. Assigned meal times in the main dining room. Themed dinner. A dining experience inspired by specific cultures or events. Gratuities. Tips for service staff, often added automatically. Specialty restaurant. An exclusive dining venue, sometimes with additional charges. A la carte menu. Ordering individual dishes from a menu. All-inclusive. Meals and drinks included in the cruise price. Beverage service. Access to drinks sometimes included or available for purchase. Special dietary options. Menus tailored for specific dietary needs.
Onboard activities and entertainment. Broadway-style shows. Pool deck. Casino. Fitness center. Spa services. Live music. Nightclub. Cooking class. Art auction. Sports court. A space for playing sports like basketball, volleyball, or tennis on the ship. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep learning with Terminology Tutor.